Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Diane and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I lay my wigs the lazy way. If you're anything like me, you're a procrastinator. I pretty much stay in bed until I can't anymore, so I'm pretty much always running late, at least a little bit late. So when it comes to my wigs, I always try to lay them in a way that's like really quick and easy. So today I'm going to be sharing my methods with you guys. So if you want to see how you can get your wigs to go from this to this, just keep watching. So the most important thing when it comes to laying your wigs is that you have to start with a good foundation. By that I mean that your natural hair has to be as flat as possible on your head. So I have 4C type hair, and so I have pretty much an afro, and so the only way that I found to get it like completely flat on my head is to do cornrows or flat twists. Preferably cornrows because they give you an even flatter look. And these type of cornrows are not big bulky cornrows, but they're the type of cornrows that you would use for sew-ins. So pretty much your braids should be a good medium size. They should be small enough that they lay flat on your head, but you don't want them to be too small because you don't want them to like be annoying to take out, and you are wearing a wig over them, so they don't need to be perfect. If your natural hair isn't flat on your head, it doesn't really matter what you do to the wig, it'll be very difficult to get it to lay flat. So as far as the cornrow or the braiding pattern goes, there's no specific cornrow or braiding pattern you should use. You just want to choose one that will have your hair laying as flat as possible. I would show you guys my cornrows, but they're actually pretty old, like it's time for them to come out, and I'm not really trying to put myself out there like that, so I got y'all next time. But I'm gonna just describe it for you. So my cornrows, my part is actually right here, so the part in my natural hair is actually where the part in this wig is. I find that for wigs that already come with a part, like this wig already came with this part made, you don't want to lay the part of the wig on top of a braid. If you can avoid it, it's actually better for you to lay the part in the wig on top of where the part in your natural hair is. If you have the wig's part laying on top of a cornrow, sometimes it won't really give you a flat look. So once again, the part in my cornrows is right here, and then I have braids going down. So the cornrow starts here and it goes down to my ear on both sides. And then I also have cornrows going straight back, and that's the look that works the best for me. Also, every wig is different. You have to assess the needs of each wig so you can be able to figure out what each one needs. Some wigs will be super quick and easy to lay, others might require a little bit more time and work. So the first thing you want to do is select the wig that you're going to be using. I like synthetic lace front wigs. I prefer hard lace, and I prefer wigs that have a deep part. I find that these wigs look the most natural and they're the most easy to lay. If this is your first time buying this wig and you want to make sure that you like it, I would say go ahead and try on the wig before you cut the lace, because once you alter the wig, you can't return it. The Freetress Valentino wig actually doesn't come with any lace, so you don't have to worry about cutting that. I would recommend this wig for beginners because it's very easy to lay. Once you've removed all the tags and cut the lace, go ahead and put the wig on your head, and this is when you can assess what the wig needs. So I cut the tags and stuff off the wig, so I'm going to go ahead and assess what needs to be done, how I need to lay it. So already I can see that the top of this wig is not really that flat. The parting is good, but it could be better. And then also these baby hairs, I don't really need these. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these baby hairs off. So I'm just cutting as close to the lace as possible, but you don't want to like accidentally cut the lace, so you just gotta be careful. And I'm trying to like remove the other strands of hair that are not the baby hairs, separate those from what I'm about to cut. Now I'm just gonna brush it out, that way I can remove any loose hairs. So I put this on a mannequin head because you guys might be able to see better. So there are just a couple hairs blocking the parting space, like right here. I'm just gonna pull those out. So the way that you do that, you grab a pair of tweezers. You only want to pull like 1 or 2 strands at a time, but you just pluck them from the root. And you want to be careful, like you don't want to pull too hard because you can rip the lace and that's not good. But you just grab a couple hairs at a time and you just want to open up this parting space. because you want it to be a clear path from this lace to your forehead. So I'm gonna just pluck a few of these hairs out. Okay, so now that we have a clear parting, I'm going to go ahead and put concealer in the part. You can also use pressed powder. I prefer pressed powder, but I actually can't find mine. So I'm just going to use some concealer. So you want to use a concealer and a brush that you don't use on your face because you don't want to like mix those products. Things that you use on your face and things you use on your wigs. So I'm using the LA Grow Pro Concealer. And this is in the color Warm Honey. This is actually not a good color for me, but this is what I had on hand and it doesn't look too bad. But if you can find something that's actually your skin tone or maybe like a shade lighter, that would be good. And also just a little brush. I don't know what type of brush this is, but something that you can get into the part and be like pretty precise with. So I'm finished and this is what it looks like. So you can clearly see the part now. So I'm going to take a makeup wipe and just put my finger like at the top. And this is what I'm going to use to help me like clean up the part. So any like residue that I got on the hair, I'm just going to wipe that off. And you can use water to do this. You can use your finger. It'll come off pretty easily. So now that we're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and put on my wig grip. This is how I secure my wigs. I find that is the easiest, quickest way to do it. And I'll leave a link down below to where I got my wig grip from. And this is what it looks like. And so this part where the logo is, that goes right near your ear. So let me go ahead and put this on. Fix that a little bit. And I want the wig grip to start like right where my forehead ends and where my edges begin. And then I'm gonna put my wig on. Go ahead and tuck in that wig grip on the sides, and then I try to like find where my part is and make sure that the wig is sitting on my part. So as you can see, this wig is not laying flat and we can do better than that. So we're gonna flatten out the top of this wig. So we're doing good, but we're not done yet. So I have my hot comb and I'm gonna just put it on like the setting 10, which I think is like the second lowest setting. 5 is the lowest and I think 10 is like the level right above that. So I'm gonna put it on 10 and I'm gonna heat up my hot comb. And while that's heating up, I'm gonna apply some of that concealer that I used because we don't want a line that's separating the wig from our forehead. So we wanna kinda like blend that out. And then I'm gonna get some of that concealer and I'm gonna put it like right in that part that's separating my forehead and the wig. And I'm gonna blend that out. And with the hot comb, you can just use like the back of it and just like rub it on top of your head. I usually like rub and smooth. Sometimes I use the teeth of the comb and I just run it through the hair like a little bit. Just run it through like just the top of the hair. Move that out, don't want no hump at the top of your head. Then I'm just gonna brush the wig out. I kind of brush throughout the process because I just want to see how things are looking. So it's looking pretty good. but I just want to do like a little bit more to it. I also can't find my mousse today for whatever reason, so I'm just going to use water. But I'm going to run my hands under the faucet, and then I'm just going to use my damp hands to just flatten out the top of this hair. Okay, so I just ran my hands under some cold water in the faucet and they're still like dripping wet. So I'm going to take that and just smooth it. Smooth all of that down. This is what I do if I don't have mousse. I prefer mousse, but I don't know where it is, so. And then when it comes to like mousse and other products for like wigs, if it's not specifically made for wigs, I try to get the products with like the least amount of ingredients in it, because I don't want to weigh down the hair. Like I don't want it to look weighed down. I still want it to be like light and flowy. So I try to get the products with the least amount of ingredients in them. So I think it already looks pretty good, but I'm just going to be a little bit more extra. So I'm going to tie a scarf around this and let it sit for about 10 minutes. But usually if I was like going to work or something, I would tie the scarf on my head on my way out the door, and I'll just let it sit like on my way to work, and then I'll take it off when I get to work. But just to show you guys, I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes and then I'm going to come back. Okay y'all, so I'm back. It's been about 10 minutes and we're gonna take off this scarf and see what it's looking like now. Alright, so it looks flat, but we don't want it to be this flat. Like we don't want to look like a little egghead or something. Like we need a little bit of volume. So I'm gonna get my brush and just brush it out. Because we want it to be flat, but we don't want it to look like our head is like super round out here. Even though I got a round head, y'all. I think it looks good. What y'all think? I think we kind of did that. And it didn't take too much. Like this, if I wasn't filming, like this would take me like 5 minutes. Like, it does not take that long at all. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, please. And also follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be leaving that information down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!